My name is Sonia Thompson. I was on Zombieland, and I was one of the main zombies there. And I just want to go ahead and tell this little story. I was on set in Full Zombie one time, and Abigail was walking her new puppy. And I got off set, and I'm like, "Hey, little doggy, you're so cute, little doggy." And the dog could have bit me. She'll never remember me, but that just goes to prove that dogs look from the inside out and not the outside in, which is pretty cool. But I just want to give you some advice. Don't go out there, okay? Because it's dangerous. Zombies bite. We bite hard. So take your weapons, your guns. Make sure you got bullets. Make sure you got water. Take a long sword. Whatever you need, okay, to be a survivor. Do it. Do what you got to do, okay? Don't go out there.
In a world where zombies, ghosts, serial killers, and vampires all exist, it's Nico, Brian, Mike, and Dustin, and they are all that stand between you and the films that could end the world. Welcome to the Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast. Just want to thank all of our fans and listeners. Really appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. Before we get into tonight's film review, just want to give a quick shout out to our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Everything about our podcast is on the website. All of our episodes and interviews, if you want to check those out. We've done some incredible interviews in the past. Go check them out there in a specific tab by themselves so you don't have to scroll through hundreds of episodes on Apple or Spotify, etc. We also have our store if you want to grab a shirt, a mouse pad, a hat, all that good stuff. We'd love to see your pictures, rep your favorite podcast. And Shan's Etsy page is also attached if you want to grab a tumbler. All of our social media links are on there as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Like us, subscribe us, follow us, all that good stuff. And the last thing I want to shout out on our website is our Patreon. We call it Blood Donors. We have the traditional monthly reoccurring kind. If you want to support us, help us pay the bills, as we say. Or if there's a movie you want us to review, that option is available as well. Just check out our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Also, if you haven't noticed, we've recently joined the Believe Network. So there's some ads on our program now. But if you want ad-free content, go check us out on Blood Donors. The ad-free episodes will be available there. We appreciate your support. We hope you enjoy the episode. All right, guys, coming to the film review. We're going to be kicking off a free month of picks, and we're going to be kicking off with Brian's pick. I'm really excited to review this one. I would say it's one that he's probably had overdue, one that I know Brian's been wanting to pick for a long time. Brian, you want to announce your pick and why you chose it, my friend?
Yeah, so I picked 2009's Zombieland. And, this movie fits right in with everything that we've been doing lately. And I didn't do that on purpose, but if you aren't listening to this as we release, we just finished doing the entire first season of The Walking Dead. I more than anyone, as I inhaled 11 seasons of the show in 2-3 weeks, as well as two spinoffs.
You it.
Balls deep.
What the hell?
But also we are balls deep in Woody Harrelson's first season of True Detective, which came out 5 years after this movie, as well as a connection to Tallahassee. The four of us have anyway. So you think
we've
that
also
this
done
was on purpose?
8 apocalypse movies in the last month.
This was not on purpose. It's just like Nico said, been on my list for 4 years now, and I wanted to pick it. The cast is amazing, something we didn't really know besides Woody in 2009, but these others hadn't totally hit it as big as, they all will moving forward. But I think this movie is fun as shit. The second one really isn't as good as this one, but, and I try not to say this word unless I really mean it, elite. This movie's elite. Yeah, besides Ghostbusters, this is my favorite horror comedy out there. And I know Mike loves that runtime song.
Yeah, I do love that runtime very much.
All right, I think we're all going to be in agreement, so we like the movie, but I do think I'm probably the least favorable of it. That doesn't mean I hate it by any means. I'm going to give it a good score. I remember seeing this movie back in the day, having a good time with it. On a rewatch, I had fun with it. Another kind of horror comedy we've watched recently that's zombie-esque was Warm Bodies, and I got to admit, I liked Warm Bodies better than this one. I enjoyed that one more. That doesn't mean I dislike this one. It's fun, has a great cast, like you mentioned, Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson. We're reviewing a lot of Woody Harrelson right now, so I'm enjoying watching him on the big screen. He's a great actor. I had fun with it. Tallahassee, shout out to my hometown that I'm in right now. I have fun with this movie, but I saw where like this was supposed to be like a series or whatever, and like, it's supposed to stop at like a certain point and be like episodes. And I feel like you could tell. I do feel like a little bit kind of drags on a little bit, even with the short runtime. It gets a little, monotonous, doing the kind of the same things over and over. But I'm not hating on the movie. I do have fun with it. It's a good time. And that's all. I'll leave it at that. Mike, you want to go next with your thoughts?
Yeah, sure. One, I do, like I said, I do love this runtime, but you're not going to believe this. I actually have it in my notes. I kind of wish this one was a little longer. I fucking love this movie. I do. I think this movie's awesome, man. There's so many great things in here. You both have already touched on the cast. But one, I fucking love Woody Harrelson, which I believe I've said on this show before. If not, just letting you guys know, one of my favorites in everything he's in. And I'm not a big fan of Jesse Eisenberg per se, like going forward. But this movie, Social Network, big fan of those films, and he's really good in both. I'm a fan of Emma Stone, the actress. I'll let Dustin touch on her because I know that's his favorite. And but yeah, I mean, look, great cast, great premise. It's a fun like post-apocalyptic movie. It doesn't take itself too serious. Like even in some of the more like tragic, touching parts of the film, there's some humor throughout. And again, this fucking Bill Murray cameo that we're going to get to is one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. I fucking love everything about that. And I like the way it wraps up. It's fun, it's short, and it takes us on a wild ride. So I'm very excited to talk about it, man. High score coming. Highest score I've given in a long time. Let's go.
I agree that this movie could have used another 15, 20 minutes. Like, I had so much fun with it. Also, I love Jesse Eisenberg. I don't know what you're talking about. I thought he's great in this movie, Social Network, but also 30 Minutes or Less, fucking hilarious movie. Now You See Me, he's great in that. I know that Nico
he's my least favorite part of it.
I know Nico loved him in Vibarium, a movie that I'm going to pick eventually. But this movie is, man, one of my favorite movies, regardless of genre. I love it. Brian, just like you, I've had it on my list to pick from day one. Since I joined this show, it's been on my list. I just like, it's one of those like, well, I know it's going to get love from all of us, so let's do something else. Like I would always pick something else in the free months. I'm very thankful that you did this. Also, this movie was, originally, the script was originally a television pilot. And so that was the original idea. I'm very thankful that they made this into a movie. I think it gave them a lot more freedom because I don't know in 2000, when this came out, 2009, maybe on HBO, they could have had some of the freedom that they had in this, but definitely not on just regular television. They couldn't have. So I'm glad that they did that. And yeah, the cast is phenomenal. Woody Harrelson, I said it when we started True Detective, one of my favorite actors, like one of my top 5 favorite actors in all of acting. I didn't word that properly, but Bill Murray, also one of my favorites, probably my favorite comedic actor of all time. Fantastic. It's good all around. Not really mind Emma Stone as a heartthrob, but that's just my personal thing. And no, she's great. She's great. It's just, this is a movie that I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care what time of day it is, what time of year it is. If it's on, I will watch it, and I will watch all of it. And if I join the movie, it's in progress, I'll probably just pop the DVD in and start it from the beginning because I fucking love it.
I love it so much it makes me mad they made Double Tap. That's all I'm going to say.
I actually enjoyed Double. It's not bad.
It's not that it's that bad. Man, we talk about it all the time. Some movies are just standalones, man.
Well, and then that, and then what Nico said about how it's kind of monotonous in parts. I mean, it's the fucking apocalypse.
Right.
Shit's going to get monotonous. All you got to do is kill zombies the rest of your life and survive. And so the monotony doesn't bother me, and also doesn't bother me they made a sequel because it's nice to see that they survived. They got out of the amusement park and they traveled up the road a little bit. So, yeah, I love it.
And shout out to Valdosta, Georgia, where they shot some of the movie.
Blazers.
My old stomping grounds. All right, guys, you got any more opening thoughts for you to jump into the scene by scene? All right, let's do it. The film starts with narration from Columbus saying this isn't America anymore. There are no people. We see a zombie chasing and eating a man who belches. This is the United States of Zombieland. We see a scorched earth as he tells us the rules. Rule 1, cardio, as we see a fat guy get caught on a football field and ate. Rule 2, always double tap as a lady is eaten alive after only giving one shot. Rule 3, beware of bathrooms as a man is dropping a deuce is killed. We see a frantic mother driving away from zombie children, which leads us to Rule 4. Always wear a seatbelt as she flies out the windshield of her car after hitting a truck. Opening credits roll as we see other folks getting pursued by zombies in all kinds of different scenarios. We see Columbus, who's at a gas station in Texas. He walks the parking lot with a shotgun as he describes how he survived, following his rules and playing it safe. He kills some zombies chasing him and whiffs getting into his car at first. He finally makes it away, but there's a zombie in his car. He crashes into a building, launching it out the windshield, and finishes it off with 2 shotgun blasts. Rule 7 is travel light, as we see him walking on an abandoned highway. He's heading to Columbus, Ohio, in hopes his parents are still alive. An Escalade speeds up and he hides. The man exits the SUV, and they point guns at each other in a standoff. Columbus calls truce, and Tallahassee allows him into the SUV. They introduce themselves, and he gives Columbus a shot who tosses it out the window. I should do that more when I hang out with Dustin, to be honest with you. Tallahassee says he's... Anywho, Tallahassee says he's hard to get along with, and he's a bitch, but offers to take him to Texarkana. Tallahassee has a weakness. They stop on the side of the road and explore a wrecked Hostess truck. Tallahassee can go for a goddamn Twinkie. He opens the back door, and it's all snowballs, no Twinkies. He's pissed, but Columbus enjoys them and says he needs to take the Browns to the Super Bowl. He reveals he's scared of clowns more than anything, even zombies. All right, Brian, it's opening set of scenes. What do you think?
I think this opening's fantastic. And like I mentioned, after 13 total seasons of Walking Dead, I almost forgot how awesome running zombies are. The handheld for the cold open I thought was a great choice from director Ruben Fleischer. I'm a big Fleischer fan. I loved Venom. I know Nico and Mike do as well. Gangster Squad, also with Emma Stone. He even produced Robin Big, which who knew? Now you do. Now listen, hot take, especially after what Dustin said in the open. I don't know the actor Jesse Eisenberg. I don't. I know he's a great actor, but I want to punch him in the face. Like, why? I mean, I don't know. Like, it's this fucking primal urge I have to just mess with who I interpret as a weaker, nerdier human being. And listen, I didn't say it was right. But we can be honest on this show.
I do have a question. Are you saying you don't know him personally, because none of us do, or are you saying you don't know his work?
No, I don't know him personally.
Okay.
And he is a great actor. I think he does a great job in his work. I just want to punch him in his face as a human.
Let me ask you this:
okay,
who would win in a bare knuckle fist fight to the death? Him or Michael Cera?
God, I don't know.
That's a good one, buddy.
But I don't have the urge to punch Michael Cera in the face like I do.
I do. Let's go.
He comes across as just a snide, pussy ass little guy that I don't know.
That's Lex
he probably
Luthor.
likes A24 movies. I don't know.
That's Lex
I'm sorry.
Luthor.
Look, I thought we could tell the truth on this show. I guess not. Anyway, as we go over the rules here, I mean, with Metallica playing the slow motion fucking amazingness aside, can we talk about the on-screen graphics some? I love them as they're used all throughout here. Now, in 2009, I'm not sure. Hell, I'm not even sure if 2009 was when I even first watched this. But regardless, I'm not sure I'd seen text used on screen like this at all. And even now, it's not used that much. But using it as part of the actual shot and not just as overlay, I thought was absolutely fantastic, and I love it every time. Fun fact, the fat bastard here killed in the open shows up again as the zombie with a pretty mouth that Tallahassee kills with the banjo later on in the supermarket. And how funny was it with that soccer mom driving off and that little girl's hanging on the back of the fucking van, and then the girl gets slung off, and you can clearly see that it's a big hairy dude dressed up as that little girl. I was dying. I'm surely that was on purpose. It reminded me of that Jordan commercial with his mom dunking. You know what I'm talking about. If not, look that shit up. It's hilarious.
It is.
But the seatbelt rule and that effect of her hitting the pavement, fucking bravo. My favorite of the visual rules. Last thing, I'll shut up. Woody fucking Harrelson showing up with the Dale Earnhardt 3 on the side as Tala fucking Hassey. Him saying Columbus is a bit of a bitch and a peppy little spit fuck instantly won me over because I agree. But a little nitpick, there's a mess up here when he bulldozes a car out of the way. The bulldozer attachment gets fucked up a little bit, but seconds later, it's back exactly the same way it was. Nothing big, worth pointing out. Again, cast is tremendous, even the ones I would like to punch in the face one time.
Man, I fucking love this intro. Everything about it. The music, the White House, all of it, man. The action, it's fucking great. Also, the fat man running, no offense, just it's always fucking hilarious. I have no qualms about that. It's just funny. Doesn't matter who it is. Honestly, double tapping, if you're going to shoot someone, is a good rule. Just life or zombie life. Like, it doesn't matter which part of the world you're in. I feel like that's a good rule of thumb. Like, if you're going to actually shoot someone. Also, if we can't use the bathroom in public, I'm cooked. Because irritable bowel syndrome will catch up with you, and I've got no shot. I got zero chance. And I know I'm prone to shit my pants on this show, but not all the time. I need a toilet sometimes, okay? Anyway, For Whom the Bell Tolls, kick-ass song, one of my favorite Metallica songs. Work out to it all the time. Badass way to start this movie. I just love this so much. The zombie had fucking nipple tassels, which you've already said. I honestly didn't think anyone else was going to say it, so that was dumb on my part. But, yeah, man, that shit was hilarious. God, I loved it. And honestly, I think this chase scene here with Eisenberg's character does a great job of mixing funny and being, like, suspenseful enough. Like, I think it does a good job kind of towing the line of both. I already talked about me not being the biggest fan of Eisenberg, but he does a good job in this movie. Speaking of good job, Woody motherfucking Harrelson. Not only do I love him already, but this is one of my favorite characters from him. Like, when I think about the movies I've seen him in, this is maybe top 2. Like, I really like him. He's great in War for the Planet of the Apes. Like, he's great there. Fucking Kingpin. He's really good in a lot of stuff, man.
White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. God, that's a good. Okay. All right. Great point. The fact his name is Tallahassee, that's fun for our show here, obviously, for obvious reason. Brian, I took note of the line, sensing you're a bit of a bitch. There's a lot of one-liners from him I'm going to steal. Just in my everyday life, I'm going to start using that. Also, I grew up loving Twinkies myself, so I can relate to his character. Honestly, me and him are a lot alike. Because I also hate coconut. Not for the taste, but for the consistency of the texture. I fucking can't stand the way it feels when I'm eating
Same.
it. So the taste, totally fine with the taste. Love the sweet taste. I really like the way it tastes. But the chunks to it. I know we're all hey man, do I have to pause after every sentence on the show? Come on, man. Anyway, I love this opening set of scenes. These two actually have really great, what I like to call buddy cop energy. Like if these two did a buddy cop movie, I'd be all in on it.
So the open, to me, hits much differently when you know that it was originally supposed to be a series. Like, it's a perfect intro for a series with the narration, but I also love it in this movie. Like, I think it really works well with Columbus setting the scene there. Good gore on the fatty's death as his throat's being eaten. I thought that was good. Then, R.I.P. to Ned Schneebly. He got killed while dropping a deuce, but probably did him a favor. Patty was an insufferable girlfriend. But I will say this.
Facts.
All right. So, Mike, you mentioned, if bathrooms are out of the question, you'd be fucked. Here's my question, though. You ever been in a public restroom that doesn't have a lock on the inside of it? No, the stall's locked, but also the door's locked in 99% of the ones I've ever been in. So, come on, lock the door behind you.
Fair.
Incredible pacing in this movie. Like, we're dumped into a shitstorm, and I love it. They do a great job of setting the scene for the world and showing how depraved people are and how necessary Columbus's rules are. And like you mentioned, Brian, I love the graphics for the rules as they pop up, because sometimes they pop up, they're very prominent. Sometimes they're snuck into the background of the scene. Like, everything about them are just so perfect. I also love the dig at Garland, Texas. It may look like zombies destroyed it, but that's just Garland, Texas. I laughed. I've never been to Garland, Texas, but that's fucking funny. No offense to any of our listeners who may or may not be from there. I don't know. I also love the fact that Feels So Good by Chuck Mangione was playing in his car. Shout out to another Texas stable, King of the Hill. I know Mike picked up on that. I I too fucking love that Tallahassee has a 3 painted on the door of his Escalade. Raise hell, praise Dale. No matter what time, no matter what the world climate's like. Great standoff between the two. And, when they pull their guns on each other, and it was comically broken up by a non-verbal hitchhiking agreement. That was funny. He didn't say a word, just stuck his thumb out and looked at it. And then Tallahassee's like, all right, get in. That was funny to me. I'm not easy to get along with, and I can tell you're a bit of a bitch is a classic Harrelson line. Like, it just, I said something about that in True Detective, how there was a line he delivered that, like, that's just very Woody Harrelson. This is another one of those. And then also, Peppy Little Spitfuck was my nickname in college. I had a feeling Brian would say that, but he didn't. So I had to throw that one out there. That's funny.
Nice.
Columbus having a shit again. Who's he think he is? Mike Settle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then him being afraid of clowns is funny because in real life, Jesse Eisenberg's mom worked as a party clown. That's a kind of funny nod and tribute to him in his real life. Damn good open, man. I'm fully invested in this movie.
Hey, really quick. I know this will come as a shock to all of you, but I was, we're more of a Rainbow Warrior household back in the day for NASCAR. Sorry, just throwing that out there.
Wow.
I don't know who that is.
I like winners. Jeff Gordon's a winner.
You like winners. He didn't win as many championships as Dale Earnhardt.
He's still a winner. It's all that matters.
He's still a bitch. Sorry. I get passionate about NASCAR.
Yeah, you do, boy. Hey, how many more races Dale Sr. got left? Anyway.
Wow.
You're being disrespectful.
Wow.
Hey,
okay.
Brian, don't only cut that, cut Mike out from this entire episode.
I deserve it.
All right, we see a flashback of him playing PC games at home alone. His whole life, he only wanted to find a girl. 406, his neighbor, pounds on his door begging to be let inside. She's in a panic, and he gives her a soda. She tells him a homeless sick guy sprinted towards her, and he tried to bite her. He tells her he's there for her, and she asks to take a nap and gives him a kiss on the cheek. A little later, he wakes up, and we see 406 has become a zombie. She chases him through the house, and he slams her leg in the door, breaking her ankle bone. He wraps her head in a shower curtain and sprays chemicals in her mouth. He smacks her in the head with a toilet lid and runs out the door. She pursues after him again, and he double taps, killing her with a toilet lid. The two move a car out the road as Columbus actuallys him about penguins. Columbus lies about the last time he got laid in a very observational way. Tallahassee drives past a lady zombie and hits her in the head with a car door real smooth like. The two stop at a grocery store in pursuit of Twinkies. Tallahassee shows off all the weapons he has, and they enter the store. Tallahassee plays some deliverance music on the banjo, luring out some zombies who he fucks up with said banjo. He then bludgeons one with a baseball bat. The biggest zombie of the three appears, and he used some hedge clippers, making light work of Big Man with an off-screen kill. A new cute girl appears and asks him to join her. Rule 22, always know your way out. Tallahassee introduces them, Wichita and Little Rock. They say Little Rock has been bit, and they want to relieve her of her misery. She calls him gutless and to give Tallahassee the gun. He points the gun, and Wichita stops him, volunteering to shoot her. They lock eyes, saying they love each other, until Wichita points the gun at him, and they demand their vehicle and guns. Tallahassee shoots him the double bird as the ladies drive away. The two guys walk down the road as the ladies complain of their looks and wanting a shower. All right, Brian's next set of scenes. What do you think?
First of all, I completely forgot Amber Heard was in this. Wow, 2009, what a time. Fresh off Pineapple Express, before taking shits on Johnny Depp's bed. What a time. Her second appearance on the show, by the way, with Stepfather coming out the same year. Listen to our review on that. Don'tGoOutThere.com. But according to IMDb, it took just 90 minutes to apply her zombie makeup every day, which, again, stark difference between this and the Greg Nicotero Walking Dead zombies that took hours upon hours to apply that makeup. Shout out, though, to Tony Gardner and his team, who were the special effects makeup supervisors for this one and Double Tap. Everything, I think, looks fantastic, especially here with that woman eating that dude in the middle of the street, cracking that bone and drinking the blood. I thought that was fucking awesome. Okay, Dustin, you're a baseball guy, too. So tell me, why did Tallahassee in the supermarket have a bat weight? And for those who don't know what this is, it's a weight that you put on your bat to make your bat heavier when you're warming up on the on-deck circle. So then when you take it off, it feels a ton lighter so that you can get more bat speed with it. Why the fuck does he have it on that bat? I mean, wouldn't you think when swinging at zombies, you'd want the most bat speed?
You know, I didn't even catch that. I don't know how I didn't catch that, but that's a good point. I was waiting for you to finish because I was like, well, maybe he took it off. He was getting some practice swings in, but no, apparently he left it on. That's funny to me.
No, go ahead.
More weight to the weapon, maybe. He wanted it to be
that's
heavier,
the
do
only
more damage.
Maybe that's the only thing I can think of. Why are we leaving all of our weapons on the ground after every zombie murder, death, kill too? They just kind of leave everything laying around. And I've always, for some reason, been drawn to Emma Stone, which started in Superbad. And I know I'm by myself on that one. But she seems cool as hell and just like someone that would just be awesome to hang out with. Lots of plans here, though, don't make sense to me. Like why Columbus left the door propped open. I don't know. It's an exit, and it's easier to get out of, so I'm not real sure. Also, don't you think she waited a little long to take the gun from Tallahassee before she shot her sister? Because, I mean, he had it pointed at her head. Yes. What if he just went BAM and just fucking killed her? Come to think about it, actually, that would have been funnier. I kind of would have liked to have seen that, to be honest. Given Abigail Breslin's arc in Double Tap as well, I think I would have rather just seen her die right there. It would have been funny.
Okay, first of all, Mountain Dew Code Red was my favorite soda growing up. I love pizza. I still love a good Mountain Dew Code Red every now and then, honestly. It's just hard to find for some reason for me. That's crazy. Used to do a Diet Code Red back in the day. I don't know if they still even do that. I'm not a soda guy, so give me some slack. But I do love a good Code Red every now and then. Although, big difference between me and him, I don't like World of Warcraft, never have. And I definitely was not a virgin at his age. So, man, I know... First of all, shout out to Amber Heard. Like I said, I have a free bed that if she needs it for any matter of things. There it is. But also, I can't tell. Is he supposed to be in the friend zone with this girl, or is there a little bit more to it? Because to me, it looked like he let her lay on the shoulder in the friend zone, and that's tough to see, man. That's a tough one, especially after she turns into a zombie. That's tough. I will say the scene where he's trying to stop himself from getting eaten by her, and he's just pulling shit out of the sink or from underneath the sink and throwing stuff at her. I think it's hilarious. God, it was cracking me up. I love the line again from Woody Harrelson. You want to feel how hard I can punch? That is a great fucking line. I got to steal that too. Also like the idea of what a zombie doing being called a man-witch. You know, he was enjoying the flesh. I thought that was great. Also, he goes Jeff Jarrett on somebody in the supermarket. I know it's a banjo, but it's close enough. Knocks the fuck out of him with it. And Dustin, I texted you about this because I was reading over my notes, but that fat guy at the end of the aisle looks like Haystacks Calhoun, which if you have no idea, just hit the old Google machine for Haystacks Calhoun. That's a big motherfucker right there. You know, you mentioned how none of these people have really hit it big yet except for Harrelson, Brian. But it is kind of crazy to watch this movie and then know some of the other shit that Emma Stone has been in. Like, as far as, like, the Academy and the Oscars and shit like that. Like, no, this is not any of those things. It's just a fucking fun zombie movie. I will say, shout out to Abigail Breslin and Emma Stone's characters here because they're the smartest two fucking people in the movie to the very end. These two get duped by them not once but twice. Dumbasses. Go ahead, Dustin.
Yeah, look, I know she's hot, but inviting Amber Heard into your home is risky business. Remember what she did to Johnny Depp's bed? Sorry, I know, Brian, you kind of had a similar joke, but come on, it bears repeating. She shits in beds. I don't know. I wouldn't have her inside. She's an outside dog. The conversation between Columbus and Tallahassee is hilarious. Great dynamic and chemistry between them. I love, like you said, Mike, they would make a great buddy cop movie. If Tallahassee has a sick sense of humor, then I must be just as sick because the drive-by door swing was fucking hilarious to me. I'm not going to lie. I rewound it and watched it again when I was doing my notes for this just because how fucking subtle and perfect it was.
Yeah. And listening to Harrelson just laugh when he fucking does it, man. Cracks it, makes it better.
I love the banjo kill. The setup was great and the execution was no different. I laughed when Columbus's narration said someone's ear is in danger of having its hair brushed over. Like, that's so fucking funny. What a dweeb. What a virgin. That was so funny. Hell of a risk by these girls, man. How did they know that these two men wouldn't smoke both of them? Especially once Tallahassee had his hands on the trigger. Like, he had it pointed right at her head. Like you said, Brian, that's bold. She waited way too long. But this is another good set of scenes, just the least amount of notes I had.
All right, the two men are walking through an abandoned town as they talk of the zombie killer of the week. Tallahassee takes his anger out on a minivan, missing his Cadillac. The two find the Hummer with the previous owner's hand still attached to the wheel. Tallahassee removes the hands and hotwires the Hummer. They also find a bag of guns in the backseat, and Tallahassee lets off some celebratory gunshots. Columbus wants to forget the girls and head home. Tallahassee tells him of his dog that was his home, but was killed by zombies. Rule 32, enjoy the little things. They spot the Cadillac, but Tallahassee thinks it's a trap. He marches towards the truck and asks Columbus stay back. He calls for Columbus to pick him up, and Little Rock reveals herself in the back seat. They honk, and Wichita appears and takes over driving. We get Wichita's backstory now. She's panicking at a gas station after losing her engagement ring. The attendee offers to find the ring for her and FedEx it after begging for her number. Little Rock finds the ring, and she asks for a reward for finding it. She takes all the money in the register and gets in the car with Wichita, revealing it was just a scam they were running. Tallahassee gets the gun from Little Rock, and Wichita slams the brakes and points the gun at him. Columbus asks for them just to all get along. He asks where they're heading. Pacific Playland, a park outside of Los Angeles. She says there's no zombies there. Wichita asks if they can play the quiet game, but he asks about Columbus, Ohio, and she reveals the town has been burned down. He's heartbroken his family is most likely gone and he has no home. Nighttime now. Still driving, she stops and says Columbus could take the truck, and he hopes he finds whatever he's looking for. They share a stare, and he narrates he wants to be wherever she was going to be and buckles his seatbelt. Tallahassee asks to pull over. He's feeling cooped up. They stop at Kimosabe, and Columbus wants to impress Wichita, but it would break Rule 17, don't be a hero. Tallahassee kills a zombie in the store as Columbus shows us the kill of the week, a piano falling from the roof crushing a zombie. The four explore the store, and Tallahassee chuckles, realizing Columbus trying to hook up with Wichita. He punches him for spraying cologne on him, and they release some stress, breaking stuff and creating a mess in the store. All right, Brian, so next set of scenes, what'd you think?
It's good. I don't have a lot in the set of scenes, though. Running tally, which I didn't have until pretty much right now, but running tally on the rule fonts. The buckle up was amazing at the start, like I said. But then I thought the second cardio one that flickered like lights, I thought that was pretty awesome, too. But the one here with Limber Up being on the back of that minivan, Tallahassee just went apeshit on it, and then it falls off, and you hear it hit the ground. So far, that's definitely number one for me. And as a graphics guy, I appreciate the fuck out of that. Fun fact here, the puppy that Tallahassee flashbacks to was actually owned by Abigail Breslin. It was her puppy. So nothing funny, just a fun fact. And for being a funny zombie movie, I mean, this definitely has a lot of heart. You know, a lot of that starts here in this set of scenes between the group in the car before the incredibly racist Indian locale called Kimosabe, run by white people, found super offensive to my people. No, I'm just kidding. That shit was funny as hell. And you're thinking about fucking Wichita. More power to you. They spent the last 4 hours fucking us. Great fucking line right there, too. Go ahead.
Zombie Kill of the Week is a great idea. If I lived in this world, I would certainly fucking do it. I also think it's a great bit in the movie. I love it. Honestly, yeah, you lost an Escalade, but like, I'd rather have a Hummer full of guns. Just me personally. I love the analogy. If you got to dig two graves, big shit, little shit. Man, I'm going to steal a lot of Woody Harrelson from this movie. Not that I've watched it again. Also, God, they're stupid. I wouldn't help these women if they were throwing themselves at me at this point. They've already duped me once. We know it's happening again. Fuck them. I'm driving on. Now, it works out better if they don't. But still, that's just my mindset. I don't think so. Somehow these two ladies are mastermind criminals. I don't know how old Emma Stone's character is, but a young female lead and a 12-year-old. Okay. All right, cool. They're criminal masterminds. They're running a ring scam somehow. I know it's a zombie apocalypse, but it just drove me nuts that this Hummer was driving down the middle of the fucking road because I can't stand that shit. And so when I saw it, I was like, God damn it, get on the right side of the road. But then I remembered zombie apocalypse probably wouldn't matter at that point, I guess. But yeah, this movie does a little bit of everything, which Brian touched on. There's heart in this part in the car, especially when the look on Eisenberg's face when he pretty much finds out his family is gone. It's dead. That pulled on my heartstrings for sure. This fucking store, it looks like the gas station that they stop at a cabin in the woods, so that creeped me the fuck out. Okay. The piano falling on this woman is fucking hilarious. I forgot about it, watched it, popped me big time out of nowhere. Last thing, the scene at the store is really great. Just a lot of fun. Something fun, something light to kind of move on. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Go ahead, Dustin.
Yeah, great reveal in the Hummer that it's just hands inside. I thought that was well done and provided a great optic because it's like, oh shit, is there a zombie inside? And then we see it's just hands. I love that. I love that he's committed to the gimmick and painted another 3 on the door. But I don't agree with his decision to waste ammo like that. Number one, it's got to be scarce. They're acting like ammo's just, all over the place. But number two, that noise could really draw a crowd. Relax, my guy. The fact that they got hoodooed again by the same girls is hilarious to me. Maybe the funniest thing in the movie is that they fell into another one of their traps. That was great. Then we get the flashback of Wichita pulling one over on Ned Schneebly, and man, he must have really went downhill after School of Rock. I mean, working at a gas station when he was a teacher, we got to pay our educators more. Anyway.
Music educator. He was getting paid pennies on the dollar, pal.
No, he wasn't the music teacher. Remember, they went off the music class.
At the end, he was teaching the 5-year-olds the guitar. That's tough. You're
right. Anyway, we see these women are the con artists of the century, and Tallahassee and Columbus got to ditch them ASAP, man. This place totally blows, or that place totally blows my mind how awesome it is. Great save there. That was funny. Zombie Kill of the Week was great. It was a great one, dropping a piano on a motherfucker's head, straight out of Wile E. the Coyote's playbook. I love it, but it wasn't my favorite kill of the movie, though. I'll save that. Columbus spraying Tallahassee with the perfume was hilarious, and his 3-part analogy was great. I fucking love this movie. Let's go.
Punching him at 45%. I love that. I love his 45% power.
All right, they drive off, and Tallahassee is shocked Little Rock doesn't know who Willie Nelson is. We get a montage of different drivers and them talking about random topics. They make it to California, still heading to Pacific Playland. Columbus thinks they should stop and find a place to crash. They exit the vehicle and get a map and kill off a couple zombies before driving off. Tallahassee takes them to a nice house with the initials BM on the driveway gate. They enter the house and we realize it's Bill Murray's house. Tallahassee says he's considering hitting Little Rock for not knowing who Bill Murray is. That's how I feel in this group chat for not seeing a movie. Tallahassee is pissed there's no Twinkies. Columbus has Little Rock watch Ghostbusters in the theater with him as we see Bill Murray wake up. Tallahassee is vibing out until he's hit in the head with a ricocheting golf ball. Bill enters the room and Wichita hits him with a golf club. He reveals he isn't actually a zombie. Tallahassee yells in excitement to meet Bill Murray and gushes about how big of a fan he is of his movies. They shake hands and he reveals his hair is just a wig. Don't Fear the Reaper plays as he lights up some ganja for them to smoke. Tallahassee and Bill act like Ghostbusters while high, and I know that's Brian's dream come true if that could ever happen.
Yes.
As we cut back to Columbus, who asks Little Rock her sister's type in guys. Bad boy, she says, and I laugh when he pushes the popcorn on the floor in frustration. Bill pranks Columbus, but he shoots him in the chest. Tallahassee tells him he doesn't think he can stitch this, and Columbus apologizes. It was just instincts. Wichita laughs at him dying slowly, and they carry his body outside. They fire off shots in honor and push him off the roof. Later that night, they play Monopoly and talk about the worst thing since Zombieland. Tallahassee weeps over his dead dog. Columbus realizes Buck was Tallahassee's son, not dog. We see flashbacks of Tallahassee with his son and them spending time together. He's shown them his picture, and they console him. He wipes his tears with some of Dustin's extra $100 bills as the scene's end. Go ahead, Brian.
What the fuck?
I'll just stray. I love it. Can I just say something that bothered the shit out of me, but it's stupid as fuck that it bothered me? Well, I'm going to because Mike just mentioned the driving in the middle of the road bothered him. But the Cadillac had the Earnhardt 3 written on it in that recognizable Earnhardt italicized copyright trademark font that you could easily tell what it was. And this fucking 3 on the side of the Hummer looks like shit, and it bothers me. There, I said it. Also, one more nitpick. When they stop to get a map of the stars in Beverly Hills, they both shoot 2 approaching zombies. Not in the head, just bam to the chest, no double tap. Like, what are we doing here? They both fall over, they die. And yeah, I think I got it written down later on, Dustin. I completely agree with you about the wasting ammo thing. Yeah. I think Walking Dead's got me like really thinking about that. But now, can we talk about the scene? the scene that boosts this movie from whatever it is to immediately a 10, Bill fucking Murray. And not only Bill fucking Murray, folks, an entire ode to Ghostbusters 2. Come on, you know the smile that overwhelmed my face when Ray Parker Jr. came on? This whole montage, Bill Murray's death scene being long and drawn out, shit had me crying, laughing too. Oh my God, I love this so much. But I don't have to tell y'all about it. Tell me about how much this scene changed y'all's lives. Go ahead.
Okay, this is my favorite set of scenes, so I have the most on it. I hardly have anything on the next set, so just bear with me. We give Nico a lot of shit, but I feel like a lot of it is justified. I'm not going to knock a 12-year-old for not knowing who Willie Nelson is. I feel like that's pretty standard. Also, seeing Willie Nelson open day 3 of Woodstock 99 is still one of the best things of all time after the fucking shit show that was. Anyway, also, I had a weird thought. You said something that kind of ticked you off, Brian, like a nitpick. Who's controlling the radio in this Hummer? Everybody's basically dead, kind of fighting zombies on their own. Like, there's someone working at the radio station. Like, what the fuck? Unless it has like a 10-disc mix CD or something. Like, I don't know. That just kind of made me think about it for a minute. The banter with all them changing seats is fucking great, especially Breslin and Harrelson. They really played off each other well. I thought that was a lot of fun. Then they pull up and it's Bill Murray's fucking mansion, and God, it's hilarious. Just this whole part is awesome. I love it. The fact that Ghostbusters is on the TV there. This zombie version of Murray is great. The masturbation comment from Harrelson kind of stuttering over himself it's also hilarious. Here's a fun question. How many movies do you think we've done on this show where Don't Fear the Reaper is in the fucking movie? Like, it's got to be like 8 now, right? Like, it's in a lot of movies, man. And I don't think that's going to be the last one. Because by all will, and they're going to make another Halloween. But Don't Fear the Reaper in that motherfucker. So we at least got one more. Okay. I would also love to smoke weed with Bill Murray and Woody Harrelson. Would be a dream come true. I would gladly take that offer anytime. The reenacting Ghostbusters scene is hilarious. Emma Stone's dry humor in that scene is so fucking good.
Emma Stone was being Janine Melnitz in that.
Okay, I didn't know her name, but I know the scene, buddy. We've reviewed Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and
3.
And at
Don't Go Out There.com.
Thank you, buddy. God, I love the way they play off each other. Especially here at the end when he gets shot and they ask him if he has any regrets. He says, Garfield, baby, and then dies. If it were the last game on Earth, I would not play Monopoly to pass the time. Never, ever, ever, ever. Fuck Monopoly, okay?
Sounds like someone that keeps landing on income tax.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Not Wesley Snipes.
Hey, shout out to my sister, ruthless Monopoly player, makes me not ever want to play the game because she won't let you quit. She's going to take all your money. That's
good.
Them's the rules. No, I can appreciate that. I will say all the stuff with Harrelson's son here was tough. After all that comedy and all that humor, I thought that was a really tough scene. But again, they just mixed in a little bit of humor. And shout out to Woody Harrelson again, man. Shout out to Tallahassee. He liked me for real because I have not cried like that since Titanic either. Go ahead, Dustin.
So it's a great montage of the four of them in the driver or in the Hummer as they drive, and they keep switching seats. It was very like that 70s show, like in the intro when they keep switching seats. But the conversation was just so funny. Fun fact: Abigail Breslin and Woody Harrelson's conversation in the Hummer about Hannah Montana was ad-libbed. And then I absolutely love that Tallahassee chose Bill Murray's house. I would probably do the exact same. I love Bill Murray. And the fact that Murray himself's in the movie as himself makes me unbelievably happy. It was funny when they pulled up and they said, oh, BM on the gate. Like, BM also bowel movement. And there's a lot of shit, literal shit talk in this movie. So that was funny. That's not lost on me. And then Columbus did the Lord's work, educated this kid on the legend like that. When Wichita hits Tallahassee in the head with the golf ball, I have to pause it almost every time I watch because I almost piss myself laughing. People getting hurt in hilarious ways is one of my favorite things in life. Like, my favorite part of America's Funniest Home Videos was always the nut shots. Like, it's so funny to me. So when he got hit with the golf ball and just crumbled, I laughed. Murray's prank is an all-timer because I could 100% see him doing that. Like, that's actually something Bill Murray would do in my eyes. And I love seeing him interact with Tallahassee. Perfect time to shout out one of my top 5 favorite movies ever, Kingpin. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Tallahassee cosplaying Vinkman with Murray is 100% something Brian would do in this situation. Yep. That's on your bucket list. I know, buddy. I almost cried laughing when Columbus shot Bill Murray in the chest too. Like, imagine how you'd feel in that situation. It's completely logical that he would get up and shoot him. And so, like, that was funny as fuck to me. And the line, the Garfield maybe, that was an improv by Murray as well. He didn't actually have any lines after he was shot. Great that Columbus said the best thing about Zombieland was no Facebook status updates when he went on to play Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network. That was funny. When Tallahassee gets all choked up and wipes his tears with the blue Benjis there, another fun fact, that's exactly how Brian dries his eyes when he's sad. Fuck you, Nico. You can't say that's me when I had in my notes that it's Brian. We got to be on the same team. We're in this together. But incredible set of scenes. Possibly my favorite stretch of the movie right there.
I was going to have Bill Murray as my least favorite death, but am I wrong? Like, didn't he end the next one?
I don't think so.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure. I could have swore I
I've only
remember
seen
seeing
Double
the
Tap
next one.
once, so I can't remember.
Me too. I've only seen it once as well, so I
Yeah.
can't remember now.
How many times
I've
do you
got
think
it
I've
pulled
seen
up
it?
right now. He's none.
Same with
He's
Mike
not
saw
listed
this
in the
one
credits.
before. He's not.
You
I
know
could have
what?
sworn he was in
Mhm.
it. Maybe not.
It's time for someone to pick it. Some would say it's overdue. Trademark Mike Settle.
Oh, Bill Murray
No.
is in Double Tap. I got to rewatch that movie.
I could have swore I remember watching it and being like, he died.
He is.
And they threw his ass
I've
off
only
the
seen-
fucking side of the house.
Yeah, I've only seen it twice, and I don't remember it as well as I remember because I watched this one a lot. But yeah, I didn't remember that.
I just want to touch on one thing Dustin said before I move on. He does, like, when he's talking about his America's Funniest Home Videos, like and seeing people in pain. Yeah, just check out his next couple of picks on the show and his theme in August for Brian. He definitely likes to put us through pain.
God, are you really picking that in August? Like, for real?
Yeah. Hey, I'll go ahead and say
damn
it
it,
now.
man.
Stay tuned for August, folks. A24 month is on the way.
And also, Brian's retirement in July.
Damn. We pushed him out. Damn. All right. Send your resume to I'm just kidding. All right. All right. Tallahassee is shooting stuff in the house and Little Rock joins him. He gives her some tips to help her be a better shooter. Wichita invites Columbus to have a drink. They talk about the year 1997 being great. She reveals Anaconda was her first R-rated movie. Review available at don'tgooutthere.com. She had her first kiss. Columbus got his first B in school, orthodontist, and his first school dance. Sadie Hawkins, no girls picked him. She asked him for a dance to make up for it. They slowly get closer and closer, and she admits he's kind of cute. They lean in to kiss, but he takes too long, and Tallahassee interrupts, asking for help to move a couch. She says it's for the best, and the next morning the girls leave with the Hummer. Columbus calls Tallahassee a cockblock, walking off frustrated. The girls make it to Pacific Playland, and we see Columbus is down abysmal. He tells him he's heading to Mexico, and Columbus doesn't care at all. Wichita gets the park's power turned on, and zombies nearby notice all the hullabaloo and storms towards the lights. Not anymore, though, is it? Is it? No, it's not fun anymore, as the girls realize there are zombies storming after them. They make it off the ride and shoot off some zombies and make it into the Hummer. Columbus says he's going after her. Wichita drives the Hummer into the water as she and her sister leap out the last second. The two run to get on a ride to escape the pursuing zombies. Tallahassee says, "That'll do, pig," as a goodbye, and Columbus crashes the motorcycle immediately. Tallahassee has him get into the SUV, and they head to the theme park. All right, Brian's next set of scenes. What do you think?
Okay, so first of all, it's funny that Wichita says she saw her first rated R movie in 97. We just literally talked about this 2 days ago. First movie I ever saw in the theater without my parents on a double date with my buddy Steven Whitson and two girls. I literally couldn't tell you their names if I wanted to. 1997, Men in Black. Anyway, not only Jesse Eisenberg, but now I want to punch the character of Columbus in the face also with this whole scene with Wichita. And like, look, I'm sorry with all the violence. I feel bad about it. I know it makes me seem like I'm a bully, but he has a very punchable face and demeanor. So anyway, fun fact, Patrick Swayze. Well, I don't know if this is a fun fact, man. It's kind of a sad fact, but Patrick Swayze was offered the cameo before his cancer diagnosis, and they were going to like parody Ghost and Dirty Dancing and things like that. But I mean, if that would have taken the place of this Bill Murray subplot here, I mean, I couldn't be happier it didn't happen. Sorry, not sorry. Rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. I don't know. Did that sound like I was glad he died? No, I'm not. I'm not glad at all. Let's back that up a little bit. You know what makes this whole third act taking place? Because they spent the entire movie trying to get to Pacific Island land or Pacific land or whatever it is. Whatever makes it even funnier is that it reminds me of the first National Lampoon's Vacation. I mean, surely that was on purpose. Right, Nico? Right. I mean, you've seen National Regular Vacation, right? Yeah, sure you have. Anyway, the scenes for this were, like you said, actually shot at Wild Adventures theme park in Valdosta, Georgia. Fuck the dogs. Sorry, Randy Smith. Go ahead.
I don't have a whole lot here. It feels like I've said this a lot in the last 2 months because we've done a lot of like post-apocalypse movies, but I'd be fucking hammered here, man. Just like they're passing the wine bottles back and forth. Yes, sir. I mean, I don't have a whole lot else to do. Let's get drunk, right? This man doesn't know how to fucking dance, by the way. It was very clear. Man's never danced with a woman before. That's tough. And then Tallahassee had to come in and be a big old floppy cock block, man. That is not what you do to your friends. You know, I don't like this BS. Oh, I have trust issues thing or whatever. Man, these two have been nice as fuck to you. No reason to ditch them at the house or at Bill Murray's mansion. That's bullshit. I would not believe for a second that no zombies would either be A, in a theme park, or B, really close by. Like, I feel like that's the perfect playground for a group of zombies. Finally, these two get outsmarted very quickly. I like the zombie chase scene here. Thought things kind of like pick up in intensity with it just a little bit. And the line about the wallet that he gives Tallahassee is all that it took, finally, for him to come with him. That tugged on his heartstrings. I really liked that line. I thought it was good. That's all I had.
First of all, Anaconda was not R-rated, dumbass. Check out our review, episode 99 on don'tgoouthere.com. It's a PG-13 movie. My 1997 was also memorable. It was the last year without metal in my head, as in October of 98, I cracked my skull and had to have brain surgery, and there were 2 pins inserted. So I remember 1997 as well.
I said, or do you remember it?
That's the last year I do remember, actually. It's the last year I do remember. Brain surgery in 98 and 7 concussions since. That's why I can't remember shit. Yeah, if I was Columbus, I'd have to shoot Tallahassee in the face. Like, what a cock block. But at the same time, I've never seen anyone take so long to kiss a girl who point blank said, "Kiss me." What the fuck are you doing, virgin? These girls leaving now is funny. Like, you told the guys where you're headed. You think they wouldn't find you? Like, that was stupid. Like, you told them you're headed to the theme park, and you just hey, we're going to run away. They'll never catch us. Well, I appreciate Wichita keeping good on her word to let Little Rock be a kid again at the amusement park. Busting the gate open and not locking it back behind them was the dumbass move of the century. Well, driving the Hummer into the water rivals it. These women aren't forward thinkers. I don't know what to tell you. You know, their pictures were in someone's wallet too. That's a great line. Perfect way to get him back on your side, tug at his emotions there. I'm not ready for the movie to end, and sad that the next set of scenes is the last ones.
All right, they make it onto the ride and are being launched into the air repeatedly. It begins to lower, and Little Rock uses her new shooting skills to shoot the control box, keeping them suspended in the air. The guys make it to the park, and Tallahassee uses the Uzi to kill off some zombies. Little Rock sees them driving, and Wichita says they need to start working on their apology. Columbus thinks the worst, seeing the Hummer in the water until he hears them yelling for help. Tallahassee lures the zombies to him with an air horn, and Columbus heads towards the ladies. He runs through a haunted house and watches a zombie get caught by a trimmer-like creature and killing the zombie with a headshot. The ladies fight off some zombies climbing up to them. Tallahassee shoots some zombies as he rides a coaster. Tallahassee, I remember riding that coaster and it scared the shit out of me as a little kid. Tallahassee locks himself in a carnival game booth and begins to shoot zombies in each direction with dual pistols. Columbus almost makes it to the ladies until his greatest fear, a clown zombie, appears. He drops his gun and decides to be a hero. He gets a mallet and hits it in the gut and then crushes its head. Columbus turns the ride back on, causing the climbing zombie to fall, and the ladies can get off the ride. Wichita says her real name, Krista, and he finally kisses her. Little Rock looks on disgusted, and Tallahassee is impressed he finally made it to first base. Columbus finds Tallahassee in a concession stand going crazy, not finding any Twinkies. He goes into the closet and realizes he shot the box of Twinkies. They hear the vehicle crank up, and they fear they were lied to again. Columbus realizes this is the first family he's ever had. Little Rock tosses Tallahassee a Twinkie, and they get into the SUV with them. Cardio, seatbelts, and a little sunscreen never hurt anyone. Have a good night, Columbus says, as they drive off and the film ends. All right, Brian, what do you think about the ending?
Fantastic. Hey, did they say how long it had been since the zombie apocalypse started?
I don't think so.
I mean, because you brought it up, Dustin. This is where I had it. Walking Dead's made me look at stuff a lot differently because I'm wondering how the fuck everyone still has power. Like, they still had gas driving around this entire time. And, this, I mean, really and truly, the fucking ending makes no sense. I mean, we have unlimited ammo. There's no fucking recoil when anyone's shooting a shotgun in this movie, especially this final set of scenes. Like, why is a zombie withering in pain after a nut shot? Who knows? In some parts we have some not so great CG, and you know what? Who fucking cares? It's fun as shit. It has an awesome soundtrack playing with, Your Touch by the Black Keys blaring at the end here. It's full of gore, heart, Woody fucking Harrelson eating a Twinkie in a goddamn snakeskin jacket. I mean, like, what else could you possibly ask for?
Fair point. I love this scene where they're on the tower ride. It's fun, but again, they've gone with a little bit more scary, a little bit more to kind of make it intense. They took themselves just serious enough here for me to invest in their outcome. Yeah, you better start working on your fucking apology, motherfucker. I love that line because that is facts. These motherfuckers have no reason to save you, yet they do. Also, if I got stuck up there, I would lose my shit because I don't like open heights, and I'd rather get eaten by a zombie than been stuck on this fucking tower ride up there. I think I would die of a heart attack. The scene where Harrelson is a badass is just awesome. Just awesome. Every single thing about it. There's too much to put in there. Just go back and watch it. Really fun action scene, I think. Now, I don't know if I would have locked myself in this room full of stuffed animals. I think I probably would have left that on the thing. And by the way, I'm going to spoil this. This fucking mallet hammer kill to the head of the clown is my favorite fucking kill. I fucking love this kill. I thought it was awesome. Anytime I could get a sledgehammer kill, I'm all in, or a mallet kill, whatever the fuck. Finally stole a kiss, grew a set of balls. Hopefully that makes his face less punchable to Brian. Probably not. And I thought it was a cool moment when Harrelson finally gets that Twinkie. That's a fun little, just, it's been a theme throughout the movie, and I really enjoyed that finally at the end that they got that for him. Also, don't even joke about driving off, man. That shit ain't fucking funny. You done did the shit 3 times. I would make sure she got out of the front seat.
So another genius idea by the girls to get on a ride that locks them in their seat. But it does give us a cool kill when the zombie gets pulled up and then flung down. I like that one. Great callback of Tallahassee's teachings when Little Rock takes the deep breath to hit her target. That was a good callback. Absolutely badass move when Tallahassee whips the Escalade into the park and fires the Uzi. Another badass move when he lures the herd towards him and mows them down. Just talk about making Woody Harrelson look like an ultimate badass. Very dramatic, intense scene when he locks himself in the booth and the rest of the crew also looks like they're at the end of the road. But my God, did he wreck shop. Actually, they all did. I love that Columbus finally got to brush a girl's hair behind her ear and finally kiss the girl. Also love that she told him her name, but he didn't. That's right, Keen. Don't show your hand. Keep some cards close to your chest. I like that. When they're in the Twinkie booth, another constant truth made an appearance. There is nothing in any movie or real-life scenario more unnerving than rats. Fuck those bastards. But what an incredible movie, man. I loved it.
All right, guys, on to our social media comments and questions. I'll do Instagram first. MStew41 commented, great movie. Favorite scene is still the Bill Murray cameo for sure. What actor would you guys fanboy over like Woody Harrelson does for Bill Murray? Keep killing it, gentlemen, with the arm flexing emoji. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I'd fanboy over anybody like that, but if I met James Wan, I'd be really excited.
So for me, I'll say the obvious, probably David Arquette. I mean, it's fucking David Arquette. Also, I'll throw out there Keanu Reeves and Rob Zombie. I wouldn't fangirl over any of them. Like, I've met a lot of cool people. I've met a lot of celebrities, but I wouldn't fangirl. But I would definitely be excited to meet those. And yeah, Vince Staples. And Vince Staples as well.
Yeah, mine would be Nia Jax.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding. I don't think I'd fangirl over anyone. Maybe Nia Jax. But outside of that, I don't know. I can't think of anyone. Maybe Kate Winslet for a lot of reasons as well. great actor, but also, other reasons.
So you named 2 women. So who would you fangirl over without you being horny?
I see. Well, you know me. I don't know, man. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Maybe Woody Harrelson, to be honest with you.
Brian?
I don't really have anybody that I would fangirl over. I actually get super awkward around celebrities, so I wouldn't freak out. I would just not probably talk. So I don't know.
Oh, that's bullshit. You told me that Ari Aster would have you like giddy. You'd have butterflies meeting Ari Aster.
Never heard of her.
Come on. All right, let's jump over to Facebook now. Meeting Willem Dafoe would be kind of cool too, but anywho, I'll move on from that.
You're fond of me, lobster.
I'm not, actually, but Cole McAlexander commented on Facebook, what a movie. Fast Zombies and Bill freaking Murray. Only qualm. Looks to me like you don't need headshots or to destroy the brain.
Right?
Nice little play on zombies. Me and Dustin were actually talking about playing on like zombies and vampires in our Abigail reaction. Check that out. Joe Swinford commented, I shamelessly love this movie. And you can love any movie you want to, Joe. And I think all of us would probably endorse your comment. Jennifer Tyree commented, this is one of my comfort movies with a popcorn emoji. It truly never gets old. And the last comment we have is from Christina Tower. Haha, classic. Usually not a zombie movie fan, but I freaking love this movie. It's right up there with Shaun of the Dead. I think this is way better than Shaun of the Dead, personally, respectfully.
Agreed.
I do too, but that's not a knock to Shaun of the Dead on my part. Like, I love them both, but this movie. All right, I'll go ahead and take care of X real quick. When we posted our May film reviews, the initial tweet that just kind of listed them all, Shan said, solid choices all the way around, but definitely most excited for Zombieland. Just rewatched both movies a couple weeks ago, and they're such fun movies. Love them. And then she posted a GIF of Tallahassee saying, time to nut up or shut up. And then when we posted the promo for the episode, we had a few comments here. Sean the Glee Man said, I actually love this movie. Why are you saying actually? You should love this movie. But the ending is amazing. Man chose what he thought. That's the mist. I just read the wrong one.
That's why he said actually, because he said that last week.
Yeah, that makes much more sense. All right. When we posted the actual promo for the movie, that guy at Millhouse14108 said, a refreshing blend of horror and comedy with some great acting performances. I enjoy the way roles were displayed as a part of the scene and sometimes interacted with the action. Great soundtrack, great cast, and great kills. Looking forward to the review. Love the show, guys. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Absolutely. Shan commented again. She posted the GIF where Tallahassee's got the rule beside his face that says, enjoy the little things. And she said, would there be any other rules you would abide by in a zombie apocalypse that aren't mentioned in this movie or part 2? I never really thought about that. Trust no one. I think that was the girls' rules, but that wasn't part of Columbus's rules. That's fair. I would have a rule. My rule would be, listen, Columbus, if you see a woman and she has a heartbeat and she's talking to you, fucking go for the kiss. What's the worst that could happen? There's not many women left. God.
I don't think I'd have one. I don't think I've got one. As long as I'm able to take a shit in peace, I'm good.
Story of your life, pal.
I don't often get to, Dustin. I don't often get to.
Well, you've always got my front porch. Randy Smith said, great movie filmed in the great state of Georgia. Go Dogs. The theme park they use is Wild Adventure down in Valdosta, which is pretty close to Tallahassee. The Trading Post is in Rutledge, Georgia, which is the town that the camp from Jason 6 is in. I hated seeing them kill Bill Murray. We agree with that last part.
But did he die? We don't know yet. Shane, you just watched the movie.
Stay tuned.
Fuck it. I might have to watch the movie on the way to New Orleans this weekend. Then Andrew Ferguson posted, sorry. Some want Twinkies, some want to go to a theme park. What's the one thing y'all would do or go do, regardless of the danger to yourself or others? I'd be at Augusta National.
I would go to Bill Murray's house and dress up like a Ghostbuster.
So, yeah, you would.
Good choice. Yeah, you would.
If you've ever seen the show, The Last Man on Earth, or if you haven't seen the show, go watch it. It's only one, or, they didn't get enough seasons of that show. But in that show, it shows him Will Forte going all over the country, just trying to find people, and he does some cool stuff and collects a lot of cool things. Like he goes to the White House. I don't know, man. There's probably no limit to the things that I would do. I would have to find out the gas situation. I would want to ration my gas, but I would probably, collect all the currency I could find, whether it be gold and silver, whether it be cash, because eventually society is going to sort itself out. And so if they move on to a new currency, cool. But if they don't, they readopt the currencies of old. I'd want to have that shit. So
I would make sure I drove to Boo Corrigan's house and make sure he wasn't surviving the zombie apocalypse. Anyway.
Burn down Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. That's at the top of the list.
I would just watch Jason Lives on repeat until I died. Go ahead.
So nothing different.
Nothing changes, motherfucker.
And that's all we got on X.
All right, guys. Y'all got any fun facts? Go ahead. And Mike, don't forget you got the budget.
Motherfucker, it's been 3 years since I've forgotten the budget. God damn.
I only have one fun fact. When this was originally going to be that television pilot, like you guys mentioned, John Carpenter was actually going to direct, and thank God he did not, because he's overrated.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Disrespectful to the GOAT. Not the GOAT, but one of them.
Okay. So, I've got quite a few, and as I shared with Brian a couple days ago, because I know we tend to have the same ones. I tried to delete them as I went. If you said them, probably didn't, so have fun editing. Woody Harrelson was arrested for marijuana possession during filming, which delayed the shooting for 1 day. Makes Tallahassee's obsession with Twinkies that much more
that's right.
logical.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that the marijuanas in the pots can cause some munchies. I don't know. The Zombie Kill of the Week was a leftover from the script's origin as a television pilot. Every weekly episode would have a Zombie Kill of the Week performed by characters on the show, so that makes sense. Zombie cameo roles. You mentioned the Patrick Swayze one, but cameo roles were also offered to Joe Pesci, Mark Hamill, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Kevin Bacon, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Matthew McConaughey. I wish we'd have got more of those. Like maybe not all of them, maybe all of them, but some of those would have been funny as fuck. I'm a zombie how? Like Joe Pesci. That would be funny. It's revealed in the DVD commentary that Emma Stone was originally cast to play the role of 406. So I'm glad that she got moved to Wichita. She killed that role. After filming concluded in 2009, Woody Harrelson attacked a TMZ photographer at LaGuardia Airport in New York City after arriving from L.A. Harrelson, a renowned method actor, blamed his actions on his Tallahassee role, saying he was still not out of the character's head and acted on impulse. In an interview on CNN, Harrelson said, "I then flew to New York, still very much in character, with my daughter at the airport. I was startled by paparazzo, who I quite understandably mistook for a zombie. That's the best defense since the Chewbacca defense."
That is such bullshit. I love it.
There's an additional scene after the credits. It's an outtake with Bill Murray and Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson. I don't know if any of you guys watched it. After I saw that fun fact, I watched it. It wasn't worth waiting for the credits. It was just Bill Murray doing his Caddyshack impression. It was okay.
Oh, man, Nico should have watched that.
Terrible
it's his favorite movie.
Oh
my God.
What the fuck?
Horrible piece of shit.
This one I found interesting. All the blood effects were added digitally in post-production. There were no fake blood. There was no fake blood used anywhere in the film. This drew criticism from some mainstream reviewers who found it, quote, blatantly fake and, quote, weird and out of place. So. I didn't think so either because I didn't really notice it. Even after I knew that fun fact, I didn't really notice it. Jamie Bell was originally cast as Columbus but dropped out. Taylor Lautner was considered to replace him but couldn't. Interesting. I'm glad that Jesse Eisenberg got it. This one, holy cow. Evan Rachel Wood and Megan Fox turned down the role of Wichita while Amber Tamblyn auditioned. I'm a big Evan Rachel Wood fan. I think she's fantastic, but Megan Fox, I mean, come on. And then the last one I've got, I'm just saying she's a fellow Tennessean. That's all. She's just a fellow Tennessean. Last one I've got, according to writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, Kirk Ward was originally considered for the role of Tallahassee. Ward played Tallahassee in the television series pilot. So I'm glad that Woody Harrelson won. No offense to Kirk.
Absolutely. Okay. Budget right here, motherfucker. God damn it. The budget was $23.6 million and made a whopping $102.4 million. Hence, Zombieland 2 double tap. That's
Was
why
that
we got
worldwide or domestic?
motherfucker. It just said box office. All right. Tired of this shit. It's been
Sorry.
fucking 3 years
So basically,
since I forgot it.
it was Dustin's net worth in 2009 and
What?
Yeah.
and current. That's what was spent and what was made. Nice.
Nice.
What the hell's going on here?
You're rich, brother. Anywho,
What?
let's jump into our rich favorite kill, least favorite kill, and the rating. I'll go first. Favorite kill. I want to go with the zombie in the grocery store who got bludgeoned to death with the banjo. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Least favorite kill. I'm gonna go with the big zombie in the grocery store who, with the hedge clippers. They should have shown that. I mean, why not? It would have been cool to see it. I've pretty much said how I feel. I like the movie. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I don't think the story is anything too deep. I do think it does get a little monotonous. And I do agree that I would like this movie to be longer, but I actually would like to see it as a series like it was planned. Like I think that would have been a fun series to watch. But my rating, yeah, I still think it's pretty good. I gave it a 7.5.
All right, I'll go ahead and go really quick. My favorite kill I already said was the hammer mallet kill to the clown. I thought that was an awesome kill, and maybe it was just the setup of it, kind of overcoming his fears. I thought it was a cool looking kill. It
should have been a bigger fight though. That's his biggest fear, and his one whack with a hammer and it's over. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair. My least favorite kill is
no. His only chance in the entire world of losing his virginity relies on him killing this clown.
That's also fair.
He couldn't even kiss her in the safety of a home.
But now that's what I'm saying. Like he fumbled the bag. He's like, I'm not being a bitch again. I'm going to lose this V card. So she's taking it.
Maybe a light scene got cut. Who knows?
One whack with a sledgehammer was my name in college.
Your kid is right beside you.
No, she's not. She's gone.
My least favorite kill is Haystacks Calhoun with the hedge clippers as well. I would have liked to have seen old fatty die right there. Anyway, look, I've said everything I got to say. Love the movie, love the cast, love the premise of it, and it's just so much fucking fun with really funny parts. And normally, horror comedy doesn't work for me except for a few, like Shaun the Dead, Scary Movie. Outside of that, it's not normally my cup of tea, but I love this fucking movie, and I forgot how much I loved it until I did it for this show. So with that being said, I gave this movie a 9.
Okay. So, favorite kill to me was a Fat Boy Banjo kill. To me, the setup was great. The Deliverance tune, and Woody Harrelson actually learned to play the banjo so he could do that. And the quote from the movie Deliverance, then he swung a musical instrument in a way that would make Jeff Jarrett blush. I loved it. Least favorite kill to me, I mean, none of them. They're all great. I liked them all. But I guess maybe the woman who got ejected from her car in the beginning, I mean, she wasn't going fast enough for all that. Let's be real. I hit something going 50 miles an hour, hit a truck in front of me that was dead stopped at a red light, and I didn't budge, and I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. But so, because I don't wear seatbelts. Never mind. My final thoughts in the rating, 10. 10. This is the definition of a comfort movie to me. It's fun, it's funny, it's well-paced, action-packed, and something I can watch on any given day at any given time. My only knock is that it's too short. Could have used another 15 to 20 minutes of Woody and Jesse being hilarious together.
Yeah, my favorite kill was the Achilles heel bite on the double tap rule on the open. I thought that was fucking brutal. My least favorite kill, I'm cheating. The ride controller. It's not going to fucking explode with electricity like that after one shot from the fucking pea shooter that she had. With no kickback, by the way, mind you. So, nah, fuck that. And short and sweet, I love it. I also gave this one a 10.
Hell yeah. All right, so that gives us a composite score of a 9.125. IMDb has it at a 7.3. Rotten Tomatoes at 75%. So they're more in line with Nico. They're more in line with Nico, but you know,
y'all don't give a shit about my opinion.
Not true, brother. Not true.
All right, guys, you got any final thoughts on Zombieland before I just shout out the blood donors? And Mike, you can announce your pick for next week. All right.
Sure.
Blood donors, we really appreciate y'all. Can't stress that enough. Christina Tower, I'm going to shout you out again. We reviewed your pick last week. Episode will be dropping soon. We did The Mist, Final Girl. We appreciate it. Camper level reoccurring Nina, Michelle Mirza, the Horror Movie Crew podcast, Alex Selgson, and Michael Evans. Camp counselor reoccurring Edwin Hernandez Gunn, Joe Swinford, Shan, Adrian Aiello, Brian Samick, Andrew Ferguson, Matt Strickland, Brooke Maley, Thorne David Phillips, Heather Superdoc, Jennifer Davis from the Too Close to Home podcast, and our newest camp counselor reoccurring blood donor, Miss Dana Tucker. We really appreciate y'all's support.
Thank you.
Mike, you want to announce your pick for next week?
Yeah, sure. So I went with M. Thregan, better known as Megan.
Hell yeah.
2023. Some would say this movie was overdue. That's all.
I don't think anybody would say that, just you, brother.
That's not true. I think it's time for us to do this movie. It was very popular. Let's cover it.
All right, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Zombieland was a blast. I'm honestly surprised they got 2 10s, but I mean, I'm glad you guys love the movie.
I'll be honest with you. I did not have it as a 10 until right before we started the show, or until earlier today. But I had it at a 9.5, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, there's really nothing I dislike about it. Like, what am I knocking off a half point for? I just didn't want to give it a 10 because I was like, come on, I'm going to get some side eyes. But I'm glad Brian joined me in this because this movie
was close enough. Damn.
This movie fucks.
Yeah,
y'all,
awesome.
y'all are in it together. I love to see it. Y'all have a good one. We'll be back next week with Megan.
God damn it.
Just want to remind everybody.